So back to that again. So we're not going to assemble this thing right this minute. I got to do a lot of cleanup on this plastic here. But you can see that was pretty much all it's really involved. You just need to take your time, work slow. Do not do this while you're high, because you'll mess it up. You know, I'm getting old and I've done that kind of stuff a few times. So I've been doing hydroponics now for almost 35 years, and I have built every kind of system you can think of, and all of them worked. You know, so you don't have to be really good at this. You can make some really silly looking things that will do the job, because as long as it circulates the water and it has a place for your plant to put its roots, you're going to be successful. Later on in the season, I'm going to show you some of my old stuff. We'll do some interesting playback on the evolution of the hydroponics as it happened to me. It's been about 35 years, like I said. I bought my first hydroponic system, cost me about 200 bucks, and that was some serious cash back in those days. And when I got a box with a bunch of little plastic flower pots in it, and a nice plastic tub for a reservoir and a little giant pump, and I had just spent that kind of serious cash on it, and I was not a happy camper. And so I set out on a quest to build hydroponics, and I was immediately able to build a system twice the size and sell it for half the price. And I even got into selling the lights and everything else on, I used to run my ads through High Times magazine. I might even pull out some of the old magazines and show you where my ad was. And I even sold ones with lights from Hydrofarm. Still got a lot of those old Hydrofarm magnetic ballasts sitting around here. People in my little circle, they like to joke at me because I always talk about going up to the barn. You know, I've got enough hydroponics there to grow a lot of stuff. And you know, I've built some really good systems and nutrient film systems and all this NFT stuff that I really like that type of setup. You know, this deep water culture, I never thought too much of it until I saw High Grow's videos. And so this is me evolving, and we're going to see how this works. I like the idea of putting this stuff on YouTube, just for the fact that if you guys are kind enough to subscribe and watch, I get enough subscribers and enough watchers going on. Maybe I can kind of cut down some of my expense on all this stuff. This is an expensive hobby, especially when you get into these high-end lights that we're looking at now. I need your guys' help, so hit that subscribe button. You'll see it. It'll be right down there. Okay, just like my buddy High Grow Hybrid does. You know, you guys have probably seen me posting on his channel a lot. You know, and so you know, I'm grateful for the lessons that I learned from him, especially with this nutrient stuff. Boy, I'm telling you, I miss the old days of the general hydroponics, Flora Grow, Flora Micro, Flora Bloom. You know, we used to keep it simple in those days, and now I've got some nutrients in my shelf now that there's like 10 or 12 parts to, and you know, you got this Cali Mag and all these things, and I'm telling you what, it's some serious stuff. We're looking at the Fox Farms, we're looking at the Flora Nova series with the general hydroponics. I really like that new idea there. I've got the complete line of the advanced nutrients, the new pH perfect stuff. Which is why I really liked when the Flora Novas came out there, the general hydroponics got into the pH kick there. And you know, I've been looking at the Fox Farms. You know, Hybrid gave me the idea on doing this cloning, and it's very, very good. I'm using the rapid rooters, and I'm getting clone roots ready to put into the next phase within 6 to 7 days on some strains, and the more tougher strains obviously are taking you know, around 10 or so days. And I'm using that Fox Farms nutrient, and it does a very good job. And it is an organic, and they have a lot of organics in that particular stuff. You got to remember, when you're using this type of a setup with organics, you can end up with a pretty bad mess if you use the wrong stuff. I've talked to the guys out in the Humboldt area that, that make that food of the gods or whatever that stuff's called, and they told me don't be using this in your deep water because it'll make things really nasty really quick. It's a soil or soilless mix. Now I highly recommend the soilless aspect of hydroponics if you're going to be wanting to grow with these new liquid types of organics. I'll be really honest with you guys, I've been growing with just standard general hydroponics 3-part series for so long, and if you flush your plants properly, man, I'm telling you, you guys are just wasting your money with this other stuff. You can try to be politically correct and all that sort of stuff, but these plants grow like monsters in hydroponics, and you don't have any of the problems that I have accomplished. I brought soil into my garden and I got bugs out the wazoo, man. I got spider mites, and I got aphids and everything else going, man. I got gnats, you name it. So that stuff's going bye-bye. I've lost a lot of time. That's why these systems it's taken me so long. I wanted to start doing these videos back about 6 months ago, and my garden just literally got hammered with pests coming out of the soil, and we bought good soil too, so we didn't buy the cheap stuff. I've bought a few other products, and the bugs have come in with that stuff, and so we're going to be doing away with the soil. I had to put plants out. It's a hard thing to do, learn to kill plants, man. I hate to kill plants. But I have some stuff that's hard to get, the harlequins, we're working with some pure CBD strains that we are targeting a new strain that's kind of hiding in the background right now. It's got around 35% CBD. I'm talking that's some serious CBD stuff. And this is a grow shop in Denver I'm working with. They're going to be supplying me with cuttings here pretty soon. And that stuff's hard to grow. The CBD plants seem to be very similar to some of these Spanish strains that like to be mistreated. They need a more intense micro type of nutrient to flourish, and some of these other nutrients obviously aren't the key. I've got about 9 or 10 high CBD strains now in our little collective. I think we may even have more by now, but Harlequin, Charlotte's Web, R4, these are all in our library now. We've got a lot of other ones, and I'll be honest with you guys, I'm in my 50s now, and I used to enjoy getting high, but I don't care for that stuff anymore. I need this stuff for pain, and I got kids in the house, and I don't need to be walking around the house with my brain cells scattered around somewhere else. So we're going to be focusing a lot of our growing on some high CBD stuff. And guys, I'm an old timer. I've got Colombian Gold, we've got Redbud, we've got Panama Red, we've got some Thai Stick, we've got quite a few seeds. I have about 170 varieties of seeds, and some of those things are really old. We've taken pretty good care of them. We've invested some money in some kits that'll help us to pop these seeds. We're going to be doing some videos on tissue cultures and popping these old seeds and so forth. Hopefully we'll be successful at this. Those strains are almost extinct, and the people who do have them don't want to share them. So the seeds are limited. So a lot of these strains I've only got 2 or 3 seeds of. We're going to be growing some of the African land races and some Thai land races We will be growing some pure strains that are difficult to get seeds for now, and so we'll be, over the next 2 or 3 years, you'll be seeing a lot of different stuff that we will be doing, little side projects. We will expand our room to 6 pots eventually, so that we can work individually with about 6 different strains at one time. We may do some side-by-sides. Like I said, we're going to see if we can't do a side-by-side with an HPS 600 watt, a very high-end 550 watt LEDs, and we will also be doing a lot of work with the induction lights. We expect some really great things from these induction lights. If you guys do your homework and do a little bit of studying on these things, and you do want to buy an induction light, just don't go buy any induction light. I recommend getting on with Alibaba.com and then searching out some of these like SuperTech and so forth. They are just starting to build these lights with the LED enhancements to help put your plants to sleep. And like I said, I am working with another company to help them develop a 5-phase light. These are computer controlled LED lights that actually go through light cycles like daylight and so forth. They even have cloudy cycles and everything. And so we're in the process of doing an upgrade from a 3-phase controller that's not very reliable, so don't be going out and buying those things right now, to a new 5-phase unit that will incorporate ultraviolet light for sunrise and infrared light for sunset to put your plants to sleep. So UV to wake them up, IR to put them to sleep. We expect to see some excellent results from those particular units. The nice thing about these induction lights, besides the price tag is high, is that they are almost an identical match to the power spectrum needed by a plant to get maximum production. And so if you do buy these, do not buy these gimmick lights with the red and blues. You'll see them. Half the bulb is red, half the bulb is blue. Do not do that. You want to go straight for the bloom bulbs. They cover the blue spectrum excellently. And I'm working with another builder right now who is allowing me to help them to design a light that we may try to put some blue spectrum into the LED bars to enhance the blue side just a little bit, even though it really doesn't need it. But we need to do a little fill in when we look at the par charts